All right guys, what is going on here at my house today? We're going to be putting in the flower bed that we've been talking about doing. Finally get some nice weather this week, so we're going to knock it out. So real quick, let me show you what we're going to do. Obviously we're going to dig all this out over here, put some mulch and some plants in. These two bushes here are coming out. We're going to put a retaining wall flower bed over to the corner over there. And then we're going to use this sod cutter to get up all the grass right here. Up here in the flower bed area, we're going to have to do some irrigation work as well, because they have spray heads up in here, but I don't like spray heads in my flower beds. So we're going to put like a drip system in here. So we're just going to remove most of the heads and install a drip system. So anyway, we're going to get started. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to knock out these bushes right here. Then we're going to take some marker paint. We're going to draw our outline, and then we're going to start cutting sod. So I didn't think choosing my design was going to be that big a deal. But we spent about an hour now trying to figure out what looks the best. Still don't know what looks the best. Look at all them lines. Yeah, which one do you like? That one, that one, that one? So we got pretty much everything dug out. You guys seen us use the sod cutter over here, getting all the sod out of there. We use that just because it's just way better than trying to dig all that grass out of there. Okay, so pretty much what we've done so far is we set 2 bricks here just for right now, so we can get our string line set off the back. And we kind of, like I said, we use the sod cutter to kind of dig out this a little bit more. Then we're going to use this paver base, which is this stuff right here, which is literally just like crushed stone, and it kind of compacts really good. But I've used it a few times and it just works pretty well. As you're looking at it from here to over here, it looks, you know, you can definitely see the slope, but it doesn't look as drastic. Over here, we're probably going to have 2 high. Over here, it's probably going to be about 4, maybe 5 high. That's just the slope of the property, but everything is going to be level with itself all the way across. So right here is where we're going to start. And we're going to work our way down there, and we're going to curve it around to the house. And this head here, we're going to end up cutting this and moving it just right here on the edge, and then get that out of the way so it's not actually in the flower bed. So all of our heads that are up here by the house, they're all on one zone. All these heads over here, they're all on one zone. And like I said, we're going to add a drip system over here, and we're going to add a drip system over here, and they're all going to be on the same zone. They'll run all at the same time to water our plants and everything that are in here. So there it is. So our bricks are going to go right in front just like that, and that should allow this to pop up and spray the front yard. All right, guys, so we're making some progress here. Not going to get done in the time that I thought we were going to get done, but we're trying to take our time. We're trying to do it right. But we got the hardest part done, which is the bottom row of all the stones. So I'm going to kind of attempt to show you how we did this slope and kind of stepping down the stone and that type of stuff. I'm sure there's probably a better way. This is just how we did it. It's how I've done it in the past, and it's worked out pretty well. But I'm just, yeah, like I said, I'm not a professional or not an expert at this. I don't do it all the time. So, but anyway, this is how we did it. So basically, from all the way down there where Justin's at, it's pretty flat. It's pretty flat, and then it starts to dip down, and it dips down a little bit more right around the turn. So hopefully you can see this, and then, so this here was starting to get above where my soil is. So we had to bring another one in down below it, and then the next one that sits right here will just be even with this one. So we had to do it again here because it was dipping down a little bit more. So basically what I'm looking at when I do this is the corner of this stone right here. See, it's almost ground level. It's almost ground level right there. It's a little bit under the ground, but over here it would have been a little bit pretty much even or above the ground. So I don't want any of my stones to be above ground. I want them to look like they're coming from underneath. And if we actually drew a string line from right here to the very top of those up there by the stairs, it would actually be level. So that's why up there there's only going to be 2. Down here there's going to be 3, and that kind of levels it all off. And then to finish it all off, we're going to put a cap all along the top there. So here in just a little bit, we're going to go to the store. We're going to grab the rest of the stone that we need. We're going to grab our caps, and then once we get all that set, which won't take too long because now we're just kind of stacking on top of stuff we've already leveled and stuff we've already set in the ground. Then we're going to come back, put fabric, do all the sprinkler stuff that we got to do in here, put the fabric down, put the drip edge in, and then we're ready to figure out what kind of plants we're going to put in here, what kind of bushes. Maybe I kind of want a small tree right here, something really colorful right in the corner, something where the roots aren't going to mess with the house, something that doesn't have a really aggressive root system or anything like that. So that's just kind of what I'm thinking, what I, personally, what I like. We'll just see how it all plays out. And I'm still not 100% sure whether I want to put mulch in here or if I want to put rock in here. I personally think mulch looks better, but it's more maintenance. You got to keep kind of replacing it every once in a while. And one thing I like, doing lawn care for a living, I've been doing it for a long time, when you have rock inside of a flower bed and you trim your bushes and maybe the leaves fall on your little tree right here or whatever the case may be, since you have rock in there, it's a lot easier just to take the blower and blow it out into the lawn and suck it up that way. When you have mulch, it's kind of hard to do that. And as you guys can tell, some of the videos that I've shot here at my house, it gets pretty windy here and mulch tends to blow away. So that's another reason why I was thinking about rock, but I'm torn because I actually think mulch looks better. So I'm not really sure. Stay tuned, we'll figure it out. Okay, we haven't tied in back there yet, but we just ran the drip line out. We just left the excess right here just in case we need some. Like I said before, we're not 100% sure what we're gonna put in here yet, so that's why I want to kind of leave the excess. And this is just to kind of hold it down. We might have to kind of move stuff around once we figure out what we're gonna put in here. But this will definitely set us up to where we can do whatever we want to do. Now we're gonna tie in back here. I'll kind of show you how we do that real quick. And then this drip system here will be ready to go. Every other head that we had over here is already capped off except for the one back here. And let's go ahead and tie that in, and we're going to test it out. I'll give you a little close-up. This is the funny pipe that was coming to the head. We cut it off, put this little elbow on here, put a fitting in there to fit the drip hose, and now we're ready to go. So another little trick we do when we get to the end of our drip hose, in order to kink it so nothing comes out, we just use 1-inch poly pipe, and we just kink it, fold it over, and put the poly pipe on there, and it won't leak out anywhere right here. Showed you this side. We've already kind of done this side here. Justin's just snaking the rest of the drip line, and we connected this one in the back just like we did over there. And now we're going to turn the zone on, make sure we're not leaking anywhere, make sure it's coming out of the drip line, and just make sure we're good. So let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can tell, you can see it's coming out, and that's what a drip line is supposed to do. And it just kind of soaks it without spraying it. So for that reason, usually when you have a sprinkler system and you have a drip zone, you run it longer than you would a normal zone, because it's just kind of dripping out, and it's going to take a while to get actually wet. So you know, for instance, you might run one zone maybe 5 to 7 minutes. You might run this zone maybe 15 minutes, or you know, just depending on your circumstance. But yeah, looks like we're running good, no leaks, and we're gonna move on. Okay, so whenever you do a wall like this, I want to share a little tip that I learned from my Auntie Kay of how to kind of fill in around your bricks on the outside so you can get grass all the way up against your retaining wall. So this is what I'm talking about. There's a little gap there now from where we put the wall and where we dug out. And this is where we've already started filling it back in, and basically we're just creating a mix. So we're putting some topsoil in a 5-gallon bucket. Why it kind of works better than just filling that up with dirt and throwing grass seed on there is the grass seed gets mixed in with the dirt and it's less likely to wash off. So yeah, and basically you just take kind of handfuls and you just shove it in the crack. And in theory, you should have a nice good grass once it comes in right up against your brick, and there won't be that little gap there anymore. So just a little tip or trick, whatever you want to call it, that we like to do to kind of, you know, help get grass to grow there. And like I said, the main purpose is just get it mixed in with the soil, that way it doesn't wash off as easy. Okay, so we're all done for this video. We got all the retaining blocks in, we got the fabric in, we got the drip edge in. The only thing left to do now, that will be in part 2, is putting all the bushes in there, the rock, the mulch, and just really prettying it up after that. But I think we've made a big transformation so far. If you remember back to the beginning, all we had was a couple bushes over here. We had some rose bushes off to the side over there, but this was all kind of grass. Now we have a beautiful landscape. I think we did pretty decent. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if it's a big transformation, let me know what you guys think. We'll see you guys later.